right. We'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.
Good morning, beautiful people. It's August. Welcome to House of Love and Light. My name is Amy Steinberg. I'm so happy that you're joining me this morning for a brand new month, a brand new theme, a brand new vibe. Amen. Can I hear a hallelujah? Welcome to House of Love and Light. I'm so happy you're here. It is August, and we have a new theme this month. The theme of the month is being. Because I look around at nature. Nature is the giver of the themes to me, and nature right now is just all bloomed out, all popped out, all colored. That's why I got the pink, and I'm wearing my RuPaul scarf here. I got the flamboyancy of life right now. Can I hear flagrantly, flamboyantly fabulous life right now in August? Happy midsummer, deep summer beingness. And this week we're going to talk about human being a human being. Can I hear an amen? And what came through all week again and again and again is how effing brave it is just to be a human, just to continue to be on this planet, to give our best, to be our highest, to be our best, to live in the love and light, to keep trying, to keep going. Good morning, Michael and Amanda, Myron, Jan, Jana. So happy you're all here. Sarah, I know that my dear friend Steph is driving. Drive safely. So happy you're with us. Hopefully this will burn an hour of your drive. And Anne, I'm so happy you're here. Wesley, I'm so happy you're here. Say hello in the comments so I know you're here. Jacqueline, Joe, so glad. I know people will filter in. I know that this is exactly on time. Everything is perfect and complete as it is here at House of Love and Light, where the mission is and has been since day one to nourish, uplift, and inspire. I want to nourish you this morning with some spiritual food. I want to uplift you and make you feel good, and I want to inspire you to be your highest and most colorful and fabulous you, because you are amazing. You are an amazing creature. You are a child of God. You are a divine, outpicturing representation of the Most High love. And that is what we're doing here. And again, as we explore this theme of being human this week, I want us to remember that the base of being human is self-love. If we can love ourselves, as my darling RuPaul says, then we can love someone else. So we start with self-love and we sing this fun one. Good morning, AJ, my darling. Lindsay, Jenny, Lindsay. Yes, please share. You never know who needs an uplift. So let's sing this fun tune. It's a Ricky Byers song. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much. Come on, if I can love you so much, that's right, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. Sing it with me now. I love myself so much. I love, so I can love you so much. You love, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. Ba-dum, bum, bum. I love myself so much. Last time, come on. So I can love you so much. Sing it with me. So you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. It's a circle of love, it's a circle of light. And as I see myself, I see you. As I see myself, I see the world. The eyes that I look through are the eyes of love. And here is a beautiful Christy Snow song for our opening treatment. I'm I'm going to slow it down, turn it into a meditative song. If you don't know this one, you'll learn it quickly. So good to see you all here. I see you for the light that you are. I see you for the love that you are. I see you for the light that you are. I see your light. I see your love. I see who you are. Sing it with me. It's so healthy to sing it out. Breathe deeply. I see you for the light that you are. Hi, Jen. I see you for the love that you are. I see you for the light that you are. I see your light. I see your love. I see who you are. I see you. Let's take a deep breath in right here. Recognize and know that there is one power, one presence, one life, and one light, showing up and showing off as each and every moment, as the sun shining, as the earth turning, as the knowledge that is growing inside our minds and hearts. I know that this life, this light, this love is present in you, in me, in this moment, in House of Love and Light. I know that this presence of love and light is offering us an opportunity right here, right now, to expand, evolve, to just be. And so I declare and know for each and every person here that there is a beingness expanding today, a beingness of joy, a beingness of peace, a beingness of fully expressed, flagrant, flamboyant joy. Flagrant, flamboyant fabulosity. I declare it and know it for each and every person here. A relaxation, a release, a letting go. Can I hear an amen? I say thank you, God. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, Allah, Buddha, Adonai, Yahweh, Jehovah, Krishna, Zama, God. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this treatment. Thank you for this prayer. I see you, and so it is. I see you for the light that you are. Come on. I see you for the love that you are. I love you, Jimbo. I see you for the light that you are. See your light. I see your love. I see who you are. I see you on the rewatch. I know many people are rewatching these days. They're out on the summer days and they come in the evening and they watch. This one's for you. Or you go to your church in person and then you watch this in the evening, or you watch it in the week. So happy to see you. I see you. And I'm grateful for you and I thank you for being here. One more time. I see you for the light that you are. Annie. I see you for the love that you are. I see you for the light that you are. I see your light. I see your love. I see who you are. I love you, Jeannie. I see you. I see your light. I see your love. I see who you are. One more time. Sing it to yourself. Sing it to someone else. I see your light. I see your love. I see who you are. Breathing in that treatment, that energy of life. We want to honor all paths to God. And today, lighting the candles is our beloved Myron.
Good morning. I light a candle for the Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, to teach us about harmony, karma, and the way. And I light a candle for Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Baha'i, teaching us about tradition, forgiveness, surrender, and order. I light a candle for ancient wisdom and new thought traditions, including indigenous teaching, shamanism, paganism, science of mind, and New Age spirituality, teaching us to root and expand. And I light a candle for the great mystery, the eternal question, the not knowing. Namaste.
Amy and all of my Hollow family out there in Asheville and beyond. Good morning. This is my gratitude moment. As young children, my mother always taught us gratitude inexpressed, or unexpressed rather, was simply ingratitude. So therefore, the importance of naming it and claiming it and speaking it out loud and calling it into the light and saying, thank you so much for picking up my mail. Thank you so much for meeting me for a taco. Thank you so much for those fresh tomatoes you dropped off on my front porch. Or just as simply as waking up in the morning and saying, I'm so grateful to have these nice, soft, lovely sheets to sleep in, a roof over my head, sun in the sky, a beautiful day to go out and enjoy my family and friends, and just show gratitude. Show gratitude. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking with Amy, and she was mentioning something about sometimes, getting low and wondering, am I being effectual? Am I doing the right thing? Should I throw this in, throw in the towel? I said, Amy, you have no idea how many people you are out there affecting. Don't look at the numbers up there in the screen. That means very little, because for every time you see one number up in that screen, that's one screen that's tuned in watching you. However, for example, our household, all 5 of us clamber downstairs on Sunday morning in our pajamas usually, and we sit here in the den and tune in on the TV with our cups of coffee and whatever. But there's 5 people watching and being fed and being nourished, and we sing along and we love it. And it feeds us in a way that nothing else around right now is feeding us. So we are so grateful for you, dear friend. Thank you.
Is it over? Oh.
Thank you for filming that. I don't know how old he was that was filming, but it was a cute little shaky camera. It's because he's young. I'm not sure what his name is, but I love you and thank you so much. And I swear, when I ask people to do gratitude videos, I'm not asking them to be grateful for me. So thank you for being grateful for me. I am here for you. I am here to uplift you, inspire you, and nourish you. And this is a dream of mine come true, just to be here with you. So let's get some gratitude going. I'm so excited about getting into some gratitude right now. I am so grateful for the experience I had last night. Put it in the comments what you're grateful for. Let's get some gratitude going. So I'm grateful for this experience I had last night. I went out and performed, and it was so wonderful to perform. I'm so grateful for that opportunity to sing. I'm so grateful for my voice. I'm so grateful for expression. I'm so grateful for the construct of performance, that we can go out there and we can stand up in front of each other and express. There were poets and improv artists and comedians last night, and it was wonderful to see the expressed human. So I'm so grateful for expression, artistic and creative creative expression. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful for this beautiful weather here up in the mountains. I'm so grateful that that my mom might be moving up here. I know that sounds kind of crazy. If you know my relationship with my mom, it's kind of tumultuous, but I am seeing it to be a very healing, wonderful thing for her to move up here. Okay, let's see what you have to say. Lauren, yes, you are also grateful for the divine expression. Honey puppy family, I love that. Grateful for the job, grateful for the fireworks, grateful for healthy food. Amen to healthy food. My whole diet is changing, and I got on the scale this morning, found out I've lost 20 pounds in the past month and a half. So that's just from changing my ways. I'm not doing a diet per se. I've just cut things out and shifting things, trying to listen to my body. So grateful for ice cream. Ice cream actually makes me kind of sick, but I'm so glad that you like it. I'm so glad. Thank you, Amanda, for that kind thing to say. But everybody, thank you for your kind words. Grateful for friends, grateful for fur babies, grateful for health, grateful for House of Love and Light. This opportunity to check in, to plug in on Sundays and Wednesdays, to just keep that spiritual focus, to keep focused on the love and the light, which is basically the root of what I think God is. God is that light and love. And so here's a card pull from our beloved Casey. Let's see. Now, again, if you've tuned in a little bit late, the theme of the month of August is being. And our book of the month is The One Life We're Given by Mark Nepo. And I want to give a shout out right now to Ann Barnes, who is watching. She gave me my first Mark Nepo book probably like 10 or 12 years ago, The Exquisite Risk, which is just one of the most awesome books ever. And he has he has many books, but this book that we're focusing on this month is called The One Life We're Given. And I want you to check it out. It's not like a book that you have to read from the beginning to the end. He has little stories. And I just thought being with a Mark Nepo book would be just beautiful. And the theme today is being a human being. And so let's see what card Casey pulls for human being human.
Good morning, Holla family. It's Casey here, bringing you that smoke clearing for the week, getting rid of negative energy around you, thoughts that limit you, and any fears that you might be holding on to. Just watch them go up with the smoke. You can also set those intentions for the week, taking a nice deep breath, breathing in what you need, letting go of what you don't need. You know the process. It's the Sunday show. So today we're doing the Work Your Light cards, Oracle cards. And yes, Amy, buy me some new cards. Today's card is Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing is happening. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Right now, everywhere, old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed. As you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment, they loosen their grip and fall away. You are being called to find new ways to self-soothe. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise routine, or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. But remember, you are deeply loved, and your generation forward and back thanks you for your hard work. Take a deep breath, stay hydrated, grab your selenite, and wave it around. I wish you a wonderful week.
Grab your selenite and wave it around. Okay, I'm gonna grab my my crystal and wave it around. My little hunk of crystal that sits there with me. I got my crystal, I got my Palo Santo, I got my little piece of labradorite, I got all the things. Isn't that a perfect card for being? Being human is all about transformation. It's all about change. It's all about shift. And I love that card talked about moving out of fight or flight or freeze into a way of healing instead of living from that trauma response. I don't know about you, but I had a massively transformative week last week with that full moon. There was a shift, and definitely some childhood patterns are shifting and changing. Is this happening? Yeah, Lauren, wasn't that card absolutely perfect? So that's wonderful. And let's hear what Ash Ruiz, one of our blessed regulars here at House of Love and Light, he tells us about the theme. Every week I tell him what we're talking about, and I say, Ash, just tell me a little bit about this. So here is Ash Ruiz, and I have so many awesome gifts for you this week, so do not go anywhere.
Hello there, all you beautiful human beings. Such a joy to be here with you. Oh my God, and this miracle, how incredible this moment is. I mean, yes, beingness itself isn't dependent on any circumstance. Fully here, regardless of whatever is appearing or how it's appearing. Beingness is the basic state, we can say. But I love the story of like, oh my gosh, we're on a flying rock, a flying wet rock soaring through the cosmos, infinite stars. And how is it that we're here? How many famines have our ancestors survived? How many plagues? How many, oh my goodness, saber-toothed tigers? How many... You know what I'm saying? This is a miracle. A straight up miracle. And, you know, how wondrous that in the dream, in this miraculous dream of experience of being human, and, you know, all the other identities that come with that, gender, the different roles in family, you know, our various preferences and the things we enjoy. I mean, wondrous. What a bouquet of wonder and delight, and how sweet it is that the human life somehow has this invitation to recognize the reality of its true essence. For human is not separate from the divine. Being is the umbrella term for all things being. And so sweet to be here with you. Such a joy. I love you.
How obsessed with him are you? Thank you, Ash. That was so perfect. That was just absolutely perfect. And, you know, when you speak about how amazing it is for us to be here, how amazing it is that we survived all of the plagues and all of the saber-toothed tigers and all of that, I come back to the original thing that I said, the first thing I said this morning, which is that I think it is effing brave just to be, just to figure out, what am I going to eat today? What am I going to wear today? How am I going to upkeep my house? How am I going to keep my relationships okay? How am I just being human is brave. And that is why I asked Jana if I could show her TEDx video from several years back. This is Jana Stanfield singing If I Were Brave at TEDx, and she opens it with the definition of courage, which I love. And I just hope that if you don't know this song, that you will enjoy it. And if you do know this song, you'll enjoy this version of it. This is Jana Stanfield, my good dear friend, singing If I Were Brave.
Courage comes from the French word courage, which means heart and spirit. It takes heart and spirit to create, to innovate, to relate, and collaborate. My goal in writing songs is to help restore our collective courage. What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? Maybe this is what I'd hear. I am brave enough where true believers dare to tread and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step will I take? Today I am brave. What will I do today? 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 I am brave. We are so
Isn't she just amazing? Jana Stanfield, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that incredible, incredible song, for letting us share it here. What would I do today if I were brave? I am brave. Let's say it. I am brave. Just being human, I am brave. Just being human. Just trying to grow my hair out, I'm brave. Yes, thank you for the comment on my Leo. This is from last year. I shared this and I kept it. I did not sell it. And my bunnies, I did not sell those. So these are both for sale, and I've dropped the prices on everything to try to, move the energy. So if you need one of these in your home, you must private message me and let me know. Okay, so I asked Mitch. Mitch Austin is one of my favorite humans. And so when I think about being a human being, I thought, I really want to ask Mitch what he has to say about being human. So here's just a moment with Mitch, just like 2 minutes, and then I'll be back with my talk. I love you. I'm so happy you're here.
Hey, House of Love and Light. So blessed to be with you here this morning. You remember when you were a kid and you needed a permission slip to go on the big trip? Right? And so you had to bring it home, and your parents had to say yes, you could go on the big trip, right? Or to participate in a certain activity sometimes that might be controversial. You might have needed a permission slip. And I got to thinking a little bit about how it's easy to get caught up in our heads about, are we living a spiritual path as while we're here on the planet? Are we using our high consciousness? Are we remembering that thoughts are things? Are we standing at the doorway of our mind? Are we applying our spiritual tools? And sometimes we fall down on it, right? Sometimes we fall down on it, and it's easy to kind of beat ourselves up with the spiritual baton. And so I thought, well, sometimes that's just our humanness showing. Right? Our humanness. It's why we eat candy bars and drink Diet Coke. We have this contradictory nature about us. And it doesn't mean we're wrong or bad or unworthy of any of the good that life could ever give us. But sometimes our mind can get a hold of these things and start to wrap stories around them about our worth, about our mastery and our walk on the planet. And so today what I thought I would do in this message is to give you a permission slip. And it looks like this. You have permission. This spiritual being has permission to be human. I'd like you to whip out that little visual every now and then if sometimes you lose your spirituality. It happens. It happens. I get cut off in traffic. I lose all my spirituality, right? Someone said something that I find like it's a personal attack. I might lose all my spirituality, right? These things can happen. And it's not to say that we're a victim of them or we don't have the inner strength and spiritual awareness to keep them from happening. We do. It's just sometimes we don't. We fall asleep. And I think this spiritual walk is a little bit about falling less asleep and being more awake. And that's really the work. And to be easy with ourselves when we fall asleep to the truth, the spiritual truth, the tools, or even the higher part of our nature that would normally forgive or be patient or be kind. Sometimes we just run out of those things from our human perspective. So I'm inviting you to remember you have the permission slip to be easy with yourself, to be kind, to be forgiving towards yourself. When you fill your cup with all of those things, when you've been human, the wonderful thing is you have them to give them. I hope you have an amazing week. Many blessings. Namaste.
Yeah, you have your permission slip to be human this week. How much did you love that? So now here's my little message. I give a little message. I write a little song for you each week. This is my message is being human. Being human. Mark Nepo writes, there is nothing as messy and magnificent as the incarnation of being human. And the one life we're given is more than enough. If we can help each other through the storms that time can bring. Come on, messy and magnificent. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. This thing called life. This thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. This thing called life. This thing called life. Being human, human being, how do we keep on believing love is holding each of us? How do we let go and trust? Being human, human being, open up your mind to seeing all that has always been all for the good of being human. Sing it with me, we sing messy, magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. This thing called life. This thing called life. Being human, human being is divinity receiving. Moments be here, moments of joy, moments of fear. Being human, human being, we can let the love be leading. We're all evolving miracles. Being human. Messy and magnificent. Come on. This thing called life. You got it. Messy and magnificent. There's a thing called life. Messy and magnificent. This thing called life. 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 Breathing into that, being human, being human. What does it mean to be human? We are, like Ash said, the products of millions of years of evolution. We are the survivors. We are the evolvers. We are the creators. We are the most amazing creatures. And this month, I really just wanted to talk about being, letting life, that's right, letting the brilliance, the knowledge, the knowing of our ancestors to just simply live through our aliveness, through the being, just being. I love that we're called human beings and not human doings or human strivings or human creatings or human products. We are human beings. What a wonderful thing to remember. Simple, clean, and clear. We are here to be the truth, the light, the expression of God, the light, the expression of life itself, the messy and magnificent life. Can I hear an amen? I truly believe that we are the outpicturing of the indwelling presence of love. And the way to tap in and tune into this beautiful knowing is by simply being. And what does it mean to just be? What does it mean to give up the pushing, the obsessing, the constant doingness that society really encourages? And how do you see in your life the benefit of being? How do you see in your life the stress that comes when we forget that we are human beings? Breathe that in. I'm a human being, just being. I feel very in tune with nature right now, as the last full moon was almost like a tsunami for me. It rolled over my soul and I felt almost powerless over the emotions. I was helpless over some anxiety that was coming up. But this is part of being human. Being human means riding the tides, riding the waves, expressing what comes up and letting it pass, being in the humanness, being in the aliveness. Come on. Mark Nepo says, for the covenant of life is not just to stay alive, but to stay in our aliveness. And to stay, and staying in aliveness depends on opening the heart again and again and again, forgiving. Right? Forgiving us, our human beingness, like Mitch was saying. Being alive is being in the present moment. This moment, it brings, like Ash says, so many gifts, so many treasures, so many challenges. But this is where we can find that love that I always speak of, that divine love that is only present in this moment, right here, right now, taking a deep breath into that. So this month, as we explore this theme of being, I'm very excited to just stop and stay, to stay alive, like he says here, stay in our aliveness, to stop the worrying, the fearing, the fretting, the futurizing, the awfulizing, simply celebrating the aliveness that is possible right here, right now. And you know what? Those things will come up, the worries, the fears, the futurizing, and we let them. We let them come and we let them float by. Floating is the vibe of the month and being is the theme of the month. Relax, release, enjoy. Remember, we're in August. It's time to just be fat on the hammock with the sun shining on our bellies. Fully bloomed. We can be. It's only when we're able to just be that we can enjoy, right? I mean, don't you sense that to be true for yourself? That when you can relax in the moment, you can relax into the messiness, into the magnificence, you can have that deep, abiding joy. This thing called life. Come on. Messy and magnificent. This thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, there's a thing called life. This thing called life. This thing called life. Being human being is divine. humanity, receiving moments to be here, moments of joy, moments of fear. Being human being, we can let the love be leading. We're all evolving humans, miracles, just being human. Human being, human being, human being, human. Messy and magnificent. That's right, it's messy and it's magnificent, this thing called life. And as I was thinking this week about being human, I watched a bunch of different things online, learning about the evolution of the human experience, and I found this beautiful TED Talk, and so I cut up some videos, and I put together a little video for you. So check this out. This is from the Leakey Foundation, and then a TEDx video from this beautiful speaker. So this is about 5 or 6 minutes long, but it's excellent. I only share excellence on House of Love and Light, so don't tune out. Check it out. I'll be back for the second half of this talk. Look at this video. I started it off with a TikTok video that I found that was a beautiful poem. So there's a poem and then a little thing from the Leakey Foundation and then a little TED Talk. And it's very, it's succinct. You know me, I don't like to bore you. So enjoy being human.
Never trust a mirror, for the mirror always lies. It makes you think that all your worth can be seen from the outside. Never trust a mirror. It only shows you skin deep. You can't see how your eyelids flutter when you're drifting off to sleep. It doesn't show you what we see when you're only being you, or how your eyes just light up when you're loving what you do. It doesn't capture when you're smiling when no one else can see, and your reflection cannot tell you everything you mean to me. Never trust a mirror, for it only shows your skin. And if you think that it dictates your worth, it's time you looked within.
The picture of human evolution was really quite simple. You went from Australopithecus to Homo erectus to archaic people to modern people. And it was simple, but in retrospect it was a simplicity born of ignorance. The last 30 years has seen an explosion of new finds, new species, new genera of fossil hominins. There have been many experiments in human evolution. Most of them ended up in extinction. We're the only one that hasn't.
Over the course of evolution, we get these big brains. And when you get a really big brain, you can start doing some very abstract stuff. And one of the really abstract things that starts happening when you're a smart, sophisticated primate is you can start getting worried about things that are not for real. You're a normal mammal, somebody is intent on eating you, and you turn on this stress response thing. And what that stress response is designed to do is save your life in the next 3 minutes. It's not till you get to us that you can do stuff like turn on the exact same stress response, not because you're getting attacked by some rival, but because suddenly you're smart enough to realize you're going to die someday, or something incredibly stressful happened in the novel you're reading about some imaginary character. It didn't evolve for that. Look at some diseases of humans who don't deal with psychological stress very well. These are some of the leading psychiatric disorders.
I want to do a brief survey. How many of you, and I need a moment of transparency and vulnerability, how many of you would say, I am a creative genius? Just sort of hold up your hand. How many here would say that you are a linguistic savant? That when you were 2 years old, you were a creative genius, equally as you were a linguistic savant, but somewhere along the way, that genius inside of you, that creativity inside of you, that capacity inside of you, instead of being awakened and optimized, was actually beaten away and lost. See, for some people, they cannot figure out what they're going to do when they grow up. They cannot figure out what their unique talent is, what their particular greatness is. But for me, even being human was a challenge. And I didn't know this at 12, that we're that one unique species that doesn't seem to know how to be human, even though that's the only species we are. Isn't it odd that humans go to therapy to figure out what it means to be human, how to do human well? I just don't think there are killer whales going, I don't know if I got this right. I don't think they're giraffes going, have you looked at me? I could be a model, but just a neck model. That's about it. That's all I got. But we spend our lives trying to figure out how to do human. Do you know why? It's because we humans have this unique capacity to imagine ourselves different than we are, better than we are. See, we humans have this unique gift known as the imagination. And I am convinced that what makes us uniquely humans is that we materialize the invisible. There are some of us here that have been paralyzed because of our imagination. We've been lost in our darkest imagination. And I want to assure you, there is no creature on this planet having a crisis of imagination like a human being does. There's no gazelle saying, can't you see it? The routine, the redundancy, the monotony of life. We've sold out, man. We're trapped. The man has taken over. We need to rage against the machine. We get up, we eat grass, we hear the roar, we run. We don't look back. You don't look back, man. And yet you will live your life always haunted by a sense of more. Of wondering if you've lived the life you were created to live, if you've ever stepped into the full potential of who you are as a human being. We need to realize that it's time that we have been imagined to imagine, created to create. The question is not whether we can create or whether we will create, but what kind of future will we create? God bless.
Powerful, right? Good stuff. Good stuff. I love that. We've been imagined to imagine, create to create. There isn't, I love the thing where he's like, I could be a neck model, but nothing else. The giraffe. I love that so much. Human beings, we are so messy and so magnificent, and we are absolutely divine. And I want to presence this as well. So part of recognizing that I am a human being is also recognizing, yes, the divine is in me, as me, through me, but it is also greater than me. As we put prayers up for Bonnie, who just posted that she needs prayers, we send you prayers. Yes, the divine is in me, as me, through me, but it is also greater than me, and I can turn to it. I can turn to that divine energy called creator, called universe, call it God. I love the word God. Some people are allergic to that word. I completely understand. I love the word God. I love saying, God help me, God guide me, God show me, God is me, as me, through me, help me. So part of being human and human beingness is honoring that we need help from each other. We need help from our God. We need our prayer, our meditation, our communities. We need our online communities to take care of our souls. And House of Love and Light is a space where you are safe to fall into that place of beingness, to fall into that place of letting what is unfold. And here we are with these numbers of COVID upticking, and this fear is starting to surface again, and things are maybe going to shut down again. And there's this invitation. It's another invitation to go slow, to slow down, to care for our brothers and sisters, to be conscious of our actions and how they might affect the world. I personally am vaccinated. I feel strongly about that, but I know people who aren't. Very good friend of mine isn't. And I ask that if you are not, you wear a mask. That we just keep that distance, that we are consciously aware that we may be harming our brother or our sister. I'm no authority on anything, but I do know that this is an opportunity to be selfless and careful with our beautiful human race. Can I hear an amen? I've been watching the Olympics. This is a fun little part of the talk today. Have you been watching the Olympics? And of course, we know the heroic act of Simone Biles in the bottom right there, stepping away from competing because of mental health concerns. And I'm so in awe of that entire thing. And there have also been other wonderful lessons each and every time I watch the Olympics. And I love the gymnastics. I was watching the gymnastics and I love it so much. And they were showing a girl in practice for the high bar. And she did a flip-de-dip-de-dip-de and then fell on her face. And then got right back up. And then she did a flip-de-dip-de-dip-de and fell right on her face again. And so I couldn't find that video, but I found a video of a gymnast doing something very similar. This is just exactly what I saw. So check this out. And it was amazing. And when they were describing, and I think it was Suni Lee in practice for her Olympic, routine. And they were saying to her, she missed it twice. We've seen her miss it once, but she missed it twice in rehearsals or, practice, and show her flopping on her head. She gets it and she wins the gold. And to me, this is being human. It's not the winning, although we all are winners, like Jacqueline said. In this competition, it's just about getting back up, sticking it, right? I think it was Suni Lee who, if you saw it, let me know if I'm correct there. And then there was another gymnast, another great lesson. I believe it was Jade Carey, who was up on the balance beam during the competition. She careens off the beam and she gets right back up. I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine walking on a little balance beam at all, but doing the flip-de-dipties, then falling off of it while being judged, and then getting back up and finishing it. It's like you got the feeling that she had done it 100 times. And even though it's the Olympics, and even though the stakes are so high, it's just time to hop up and just try it again. Finish it up. When we can be fully present to the beingness of life, the falling down, the getting back up, when we can accept and move forward, continue to move forward, we can have what I heard Reverend Dusty Ribblemeyer from the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living call radical contentment. When we are fully present to what is allowing the beingness, we can experience radical contentment. This is allowing life to be fluid, to stop avoiding and denying, to face what is. And when we do that, we don't run. We don't run from what is, and we can shift. It's the active practice of letting go that makes us more vulnerable, and it leads to unconditional love. So let us aim for radical contentment this week as we let our human beingness just be what it is, messy and magnificent. Just letting our human beingness be what it is, messy and magnificent, this thing called life. Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. You sing it with me? Messy and magnificent, this thing called life. 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 Being human being is divinity, receiving moments to be here. Moments of joy, moments of fear. Being human being, we let the love be leading. We're all evolving human beings, just being human. Just being human. Just being human. Come on, but just a pick about up. Being human being, being human being, being human being, being human being. You are amazing. You're messy and you're magnificent. Thank you for listening to my message. Breathing deeply, and we move into a time of giving where I remind you that if you feel that you've received today, that it feels good to give. And I ask you to financially support this experience. I know that each and every person here feels they've been nourished, uplifted, and inspired. And I'm so grateful for every dollar that comes in to fuel this experience, to pay off this computer, to pay my bills, to continue creating and being a creatrix. That's what I call myself here. I do not call myself a minister. I call myself a creatrix. I'm here to give you a tapestry of spiritual delight each week to uplift you and inspire you and nourish you. And I'm so, so grateful that you're here. There are 3 ways to give. You can text LOVE to 828-383-9889. I always think that's fun. I just love my RuPaul scarf. If you watched RuPaul this week, you saw that he wore a scarf like this, and I was inspired. Yeah, I was inspired. So Or you can paypal.me. Ooh, Love is at the Root is probably very loud right now. Sorry about that. Or you can Venmo at Amy-Steinberg-5. Again, I thank you for each and every dollar. It feels very good to receive. All right, so upcoming next week is being present. We're going to really dive in to present moment awareness. This is a PSA for PMA, a public service announcement for present moment awareness. And I just want to say, for my tour that's coming up, we had planned so many things, and things are we're not exactly sure how much touring we're going to do because of COVID and whatnot. So keep your eye out for dates. I will say I have August 13th here in Asheville. It's at ISIS. It's a beautiful venue. And I also have a house concert down in Charlotte next Friday. If you're in the Charlotte area, please look that up as well. Very excited to be playing music again. So we have our astrological forecast, we have our tool of the week, and then we have a small little treatment at the end from Reverend Renee, so don't go anywhere. Here is Lorelei, the beautiful and amazing Lorelei, with our astrological forecast of the week.
Hello, my brothers and sisters of the House of Love and Light. It's Lorelei. So what I want to tell you is we are now in the last quarter moon. That's the time when you plow under the crops, when you let go what no longer serves you and has outlived its purpose. And the reason I'm mentioning it this month and really want to encourage you to clean out on as many levels as you can is that the Leo new moon on August 8th is also the Lion's Gate. I'll be talking about that more next week. The Lion's Gate is an amazing portal that opens that helps us all connect even more to the heart. But here's the thing. The Lion's Gate is always on August 8th, but the new moon in Leo is not always on August 8th. So this week, you can prepare the soil in your life to let go of anything that blocks your heart, anything that shuts you down, and to intend that your heart is wide open for whatever's next, and that you are here and you know it to shine your light. And you are always guided how to do that. That's the only reason you're here, is to shine your light. So just intend to let go of anything that blocks your light so that you can plant the seeds at the Leo new moon on August 8th. So until we connect, I wish you blue skies, green lights, and lucky stars.
So are you more obsessed with Lorelei or Ash or Casey? I'm not sure. I'm obsessed with all three of my regulars, or Mitch, or Chris, or any of Myron, all my regulars here at House of Love and Light. I mean, I'm obsessed with each and every one of you. The Lion's Gate. Look, we've got the lion right here. Roar! We get to open up. We get to clean out, clear out. Tool of the week. All we're going to do this week is recognize. I am brave because I continue to do this thing called life. I am brave. That's all. We're going to recognize. Remember, the theme of the month is being. It's not about doing. So we're just going to recognize. When we're feeling that stress, that strain, we go, you know what? I'm brave just for doing this thing called life. Just continuing, right? And we're aware this week of anybody with mental health issues. We send our love and our light to anybody who is feeling isolated, feeling afraid again, as we might have to hunker down again with all this new Delta variant and all of that. We just send lots and lots of love and light to everybody who's struggling in that way. So let's close this beautiful gathering. Thank you so much for this wonderful gathering. And again, I want to give a shout out to those who are watching on the rewatch. I love you, and I'm so happy that you continue to watch. And we're going to close with a beautiful treatment about being human from the beautiful Reverend Renee. I'll come back and say goodbye. Take a deep breath in.
Such beauty. This thing we call life. Such awe. This thing we call universe. Such capacity. This thing we call mind. And what a miracle. This thing we call being human. Within each of us, there is a miracle. Every single cell of our body is aligned with that universal intelligence that created us. There's nothing about us that's a mistake. We forget how absolutely incredible it is that we are here. Our DNA is unique and one of a kind. There is no other like us. Everything that puts us together, our minds, our imagination, our intelligence, our creativity, is what makes us unique and special. This being human is an exceptional gift. We are more than capable of imagining a bright new future, not just for us, but for this world that we live in. So today, let's live in gratitude for all that we are, all that we bring forth into this magnificent experience we call being human. You are the face of God in someone's life today. I give thanks for all that is you and all that is me. And let us join together and know that it is so. And so it is. Namaste.
And so it is. Namaste. What a beautiful, beautiful prayer. Thank you, glorious friend and teacher, Renee Laboa. Fantastic. A great big thank you to each and every person here this morning. A great big thank you to Casey and Ash and Lorelei, to Myron for lighting the candles, to Janice Stanfield for letting us show that beautiful video, for Mitch Austin giving us some wisdom, giving us a permission slip. You have a permission slip this week to be human. And of course, my beloved Renee, thank you so much. I love you all. Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, there will be music and meditation. I am hoping that Stephanie will be here to do harmonies with me. And again, Friday night, house concert in Charlotte. And next Friday, is it Friday? Friday the 13th at ISIS Music Hall here in Asheville. I'm so grateful. Remember, you're just a human being. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, but you are a human being. You're incredible, just as you are. And I love you. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
House of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are, and it's alright in the house of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.